Hey, listen, man. I gotta show you something that I was watching on Harry Potter the movie. If you're Asian, listen, let me show you something. Let me show you what type of things I'm wearing on my feet right now. Because this is what I have on my feet right now. I'm just gonna show you this. Let me show you what I seen on Harry Potter, my nigga. I'm looking, my toes was hurting me, my toes was bleeding earlier, man. I'm looking at my toes like, why are my toes bleeding? Right? Let me show you what happened. Let me show you what I see. Let me show you today, I'm gonna show you the date and time. Oh, look at this, NK's on right now. It's NK. Julius, it's okay, you heard the song, right? Find out more for the listening service on your 11, 10, 18. Ladies Night at Shields, and oh, what a night. Sunday, November 11th. This exclusive shopping event is back. It's the biggest and best after-hour shopping event in town. Grab your girlfriends and join us for this fantastic shopping spree. You could win great prizes. Plus, listen. Here we go. Look. Harry, look, and it's still in the physics. The background is still there. Yo, listen, let me show you something. Yo, these niggas are perverts. I think that's a pervert type of rapist. This chick sounded like she was an announcer. Yo, listen, let me tell you what happened. I was watching Harry Potter, right? There was an episode where the stairs moved and arranged stuff so they could go in the room, and there was like a picture they were going through. The lady started screaming and shit, and she started screaming like she was singing opera, like ah, but it didn't break. Like she was holding a crystal or some diamond glass or some crystal glass, and didn't break. So while the kids were looking at her, she was singing ha 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 so much, and she broke the glass, and so she just broke like bow, and she broke it against the wall, and like she broke it on against like a concrete wall in a way, and then she just said, "Oh, this and that," and she let the kids in and stuff. Then I looked at her like, but wait a minute, this chick probably snitched. Listen to this. Listen to me. I'm a real Asian man. My wife is the real astrological empress of the 10. My wife is the real astrological empress of the 10 astrological jewels, right? And the chick sang so much. It's, you know these kids remind me of? They remind me of Barry Artist. You ever see a Spartacus? And the Barry Artist wife, the drug infested girl. She reminds me of their homeboys. This must be the whole group of the drug infested individuals at the time that tried to bring down the Barry Artist house. If a person wouldn't believe me, they would have to check to know for sure for themselves. But I'm gonna be real. That's the big turkey chicken hog. Listen. Yo, the lady shattered the cup. It was a diamond. It was like a diamond glass, a crystal cup, right? She shattered the fucking cup by singing because she was singing. This cup didn't want to shatter, so she shattered it. She reminded me of this one time I was coming from Chinatown, and they had like signs of a key, right? All on the wall in Chinatown. There was a big sign of a key. It was all in Chinatown while I was in Lower Manhattan. I walked and left Lower Manhattan. I got to Times Square, exactly Times Square, 42nd Street. I seen a big key, it looked like an old dungeon cellar key. A big key on the corner of the block. So when I got there, the key was right in front of me on the floor. But the key was on the floor and it had a blue ribbon on it. I said, yo, you know something? I'm not gonna touch that key. It's on the floor. I said, if somebody cared about that key, it looked like the key to the city. I was like, if somebody cared about the key wouldn't be on the floor like that. So I left the key there and I just kept it moving and stuff. And everybody was looking at me, oh my God. Then you see this lady, there was a crossing guard, there was a red light. She just signaled everybody to running through the light. She was like, ah, oh, this is she started signaling people like crazy. Like, it was like a rape scene to her. Like, it was like she was promoting, you ever seen the movies Players Club? It was like she was promoting the rape in the hotel or something. That's how that lady looked. On top of it, I'm like, you think this lady snitched so much singing, the cup didn't shatter, that she shattered the cup on purpose, and that was a signal to let the individuals that was going through the pay-in, yeah, this is the house of Barry artists where they did all the fucked up things, just come on and, they're down with all criminal activity that was trying to kill the 10 astrological jewel empresses. So, the chick must have not been the purity of a legacy, a lineage, if she did something like that, and she shattered the cup, but she was a fat lady in the picture, and I'm like, oh wow, this chick shattered the cup, let all the people in. I said, this chick tried to kill my wife. I said, this chick is on television. How did she get on television on a movie like Harry Potter? She tried to kill my wife. And then think about the movie's name, Harry Potter. Wow. Then I'm looking at the lady like, oh my God, you just tried to kill my wife. I could imagine how much Asian people or people in certain places like England is going through all type of things just because that lady did something like that. You ever hear somebody singing they shattered the glass? Ah, such at a high pitch and they shattered the glass. And I looked at the lady, I said, damn, she must have snitched on she must have snitched on the imperial family so much that the glass shattered. The imperial royal family, she must have snitched on them so much to get them murdered and killed that she shattered their crystallia of their glass. Wow, that don't make no sense, man. That don't make no sense. Oh, look at this. Wow! Wow! Oh my wow, man. Oh man. She snitched on the family, so how many listen. She snitched on the family so much of the imperial, and royal family so much. Probably even the stars, probably tried to get the stars murdered because she couldn't get love. Probably a chick that'll see when people are of the high standards of regard in the physical reality. The reason why they're high standards of regard physical reality because when I go to refine the astrological tree, because I'm a real sexy man, but I don't say nothing to nobody. But when I go refine the astrological tree, and I'm being real, I'm serious. When I go refine, you wouldn't think about it a certain type of way, right? You would have to see me take off my headband. I'm not doing all that for individual. But when I go refine, I don't want to show nobody certain see the same way. But when I would go find the astrological tree of the Empress, right? The family legacy and lineage gotta be on a high regard in the physical features for the most highest intensity, even when it comes to the orgasm. I give the highest intensity of orgasm naturally, even if it was an ugly chick or not. But for the highest intensity of the orgasm where the whole family could feel it one time, right? Imagine ugly people trying to marry in a legacy or lineage at a time that tries to hold on, let me turn on this, because I'm watching Harry Potter. You see the Harry Potter? Look, I'm about to explain something to you. And that shit was wow, man. No. For some reason, I said, let me just turn off. Oh. Let me turn to television because I didn't want people here. Look who's on the television.
Come see the Royal Caribbean.
Wow. You see, as I'm speaking in physics, you see what's on the television? You see? All right. Physics. Like a crystal ball. You see what's on the television? Oh. But I'm the astrological emperor that made the Earth, so of course, I'll be ahead of time, even in points of physics, in higher physics, huh? But anyway, listen to this, right? Or probably because I made the real astrological emperor. So you have to see how real what I'm saying is. Now, I'm gonna just be real with you now, right? Now, even in points of physical reality for the family, you have some people it's supposed to be like always pretty sexy from the highest in the physical attributes of the human condition. So when I go refine the tree, they of the human condition at the points of extreme pretty and sexiness of the highest, it excels the whole astrological tree and lineage on a higher level, on a highest level. So even if they wanted to be like some like Superman planet, if they wanted to be like a Mega Man, if their legacy lineage was a real, nobody knew about it, like a real Superman or Mega Man, you know what I mean? Like when I showed Superman, I was that. He had to go get dressed somewhere. Like Batman, Batman didn't know what was going on with his legacy. He had to go get dressed somewhere, and he found out. It was like Avatar, the Airbender. He found out he had all shrines of different times. I did so much different things in the family, so he had to go find out certain things. That like certain other individuals, especially Asia. I've done this so much. I'm not about. I've done this so much. The individuals had to find out about it, but it's like now if I go refine the tree at a point of the high intensity, if they're like a Mega Man planet, and every time I refine at a point of the highest purity, it's like a takeoff for all the legacy and lineage. Now, how about if you had people in your life that just wanted to rape at people's astrological tree and purity just because they wanted to lessen it's like stagnating their point of existence when they're supposed to be a certain type of way. This is what I was supposed to be in 2013. I was supposed to go to England to be crowned emperor. I was supposed to be flown to Asia to be crowned emperor. But England was going to crown me king, but it was really emperor. But then I was going to be going to flown to Asia and be crowned emperor. But individuals funny the situation, and then I was going to go to over there by Colombia to be crowned sovereign general. And then I was gonna go over there to Puerto Rico to I don't want to speak about what was going to go happen in certain places, but I was supposed to go in a certain travel this to be okay at the time for the families to be okay. So when I refine astrological tree, they would take off. But if you have people in life that try to stagnate the humane condition of the sexiness and prettiness of the family at a time and lowers the standard of the family, that's like having a dream moving mad slow. You ever had a dream and you just move mad fast, like, pew, take off in a dream? Imagine having a dream and you just see yourself moving mad slow, like you trying to run away from somebody and it's happening mad slow, like you can't. It feels like an extra thickness or something, like, oh my God. Like, I've been having dreams sometimes, and then it feels like an extra thickness, like an extra, like I'm touching something and it's like an extra thickness, like somebody clogged the vein at a time or something. It's like, whoa, the situation must be real depth with this type of dream that I'm having. I gotta really pay attention to my dream. And then I'm like, yo, then I'm having a dream that I'm moving mad slow at the time. And I'm like, yo, you know something? I gotta go faster in this dream and really take a look at things and really keep it moving for the things in this dream, or I gotta turn around and really take a look at what I was just dreaming about. It's a funny situation with certain things, but it's like a person stagnating the family, or somebody probably having sex or rape in the family, causing like the such an uncomfortable pressure in the family that it caused probably, imagine somebody getting raped. It probably killed a family member, slowed down the circulation of the blood because of somebody who probably had a child in the wrong anatomy of because I'm the head of all astrological trees. I'm beyond the highest or highest or quantum or mega or super or astrological, celestial or ancestral, celestial or any points of light or blue stones or elements or planets or moons or suns or earth or sources and galaxies or universe or stars or star clusters or astrology or constellations or sacred zodiacs or space or gravity or all. I'm the head of all levels, all. And then it's like when I'm having dreams sometimes it's like I have a dream like somebody stagnated the family's legacy or something, like some fat nigga that clogged up the artery, probably raped a girl, or probably a family member got raped because when I'm moving slow or something thick happening, like a family member got raped by somebody, and it depending on the violence in the dream, or and then on top of it, say somebody that got raped and murdered, or they had a child raped and murdered. Like I'll see like a tragic event, or I'll go through a tragic event, or something happened that slowed down the astrological tree. Like there's a clog in the artery, like or something. Somebody did something wrong to the family, like they might have killed a family member that was a vital nerve of my wife is the astrological empress. Remember, I'm in the celestial earth, so they might have been a vital part of my family, and then somebody did something. So I'm supposed to wake up and go to the family like, oh my God, yo, listen, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. So you gotta watch out for this. But I'm not around my family, so I can't tell my family anything. You know, like I'm supposed to be in Asia, traveling to Asia, Colombia, Hispanic, Latinos, and to make sure the family's okay in certain places all the time. But I'm here in America, and now I'm in 10 years North Dakota, and like in a way it's okay, but the people out here look like they done got rid of my family at the time. The way the people look, it's like they done got rid of my family or something at a time. It's like, and then I'm looking for the legacy and lineage that's supposed to be brought over here for the private education. It's like they done kidnapped them and they done missing, and they're somewhere else, and then other people just trying to steal the information while I'm around or something. That's how it feels like. And I'm like, somebody got to stop that because it's supposed to be the real purity around to get the information. But I don't say nothing. You know, somebody probably paying their way just to abuse them or manipulate them for sex, and then depressing their situation, and then I'm having dreams of them being so, moving mad slow, touching things that's mad thick. It makes me feel so awkward, and I feel like, what the fuck is this? And then I was with girls that was of dark matter, brown matter, all in Brooklyn. It looks like the vagina problem of my wife. I'm over here on Avenue K and Albany, between K and Albany, Avenue K on the corner between Albany and 40th. And then you got 42nd, 43rd, Troy Avenue on my left. Then you had 40th on my right. It was a 40th, 39th, 38th, Flatbush 37. It looked like somebody like you know. I went to Bushwick. I'm like, yo, it looked like somebody done fucked up my wife's vagina the way that it was like a rape scene all over. I look like, you know, somebody done clobbered, murdered, all raped, all type of shit. Looked like it happened on the daily. I go to Church Avenue, like, let me go see what's going on. Church Avenue is nothing but like fucking this this a ninja must have died. I'm looking like, damn, there must have been a real ninja with his face painted, some Cambodian mask in China and Asia somewhere, or and just died or something. Must have fucking fell down and died. Must have got chased down and just raped. Probably somebody in Asia, like Asian in Africa, that got murdered. That was very important. And then I'm getting headaches every day. Like, oh my God, like somebody shooting me inside of my head. Like, what the fuck? And people were fighting the astrological tree through the system. And I'm like, I'm still working in the paradigm of time. I'm like, oh my God, this can't be. This is not the reality. It has to be something else. And then I'm over here by my wife Helen, and I'm like, oh my God, I wonder if my wife Helen is okay. Like, I have to go travel to go see if my wife Helen is okay. I gotta go see if Helen's okay. I gotta go see if Penny's okay. I gotta go see if Donta's okay. I'm over here. Donta coming to holler at me with black people. I'm like, oh my God. If the family see this, it would be an all-out galactical war if they went to New York and see black people looking like, brother, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Then my wife Helen is like, on her block on Troy, on my block, where I live, on Troy Avenue. You know, I'm the real Troy, man. The real Troy. On Troy Avenue is nothing but, it used to be nothing but white people. On certain parts of Troy, it used to be nothing but white people. And I'm seeing black people, like, these people purposely moved over here like you targeted my family or something? I said, no, this can't be it. The police is coming over there. They did all types of situations. You know, I had other people living on Troy Avenue that was black. That these people named Booth. This guy named Booth. They call him Booth. Boots. You know, like he kicked people out. He living on Troy Avenue. The guy Raphael used to go check him every other day. He used to want to leave me at his house. Like when I was younger, leave me at his house. They used to give me some black bean sauce called sauce spot, some black bean sauce, some chicken, some fried sauce up chicken and all type of shit, pork. They used to do, and I used to be like, oh my god, man, I'm thinking eating this is like okay, but I'm like, yo, man, I be leaving the house feeling mad dizzy, mad tired. When it's time for me to do my homework, I be mad tired, like, yo, Dre, I don't want to do my, I'm just going to sleep. And like, here we go, you go to school. Then Raphael, like, you don't want to go to school this and that. He try to beat me, and I'm recovering. I'm like, oh my God, the government left me. I'm the dad of all the elves. Showed them I was gonna be a healing a certain type of way, so I'm gonna look young, like a baby growing up, but I'm mad older than everybody, even though I'm a baby. And it's the real purity that's to heal this earth. And then you left me in the hands of people that just wanted to murder and kill me, and I'm the real Santa Claus. I was like, wow. I'm the real Buddha, right? You know the Golden Child, right? You ever heard of the Golden Child? You ever seen the movie The Golden Child? It's really me. I'm the Golden Child, the real Buddha. You ever seen X-Men? About the white baby? I'm the white. You don't get it? I'm the Abbott White, the Golden Child. You don't touch me like that. You crazy? Like, yo, my nigga, if I put my hands on you, you're supposed to be do things that's out of character, you get murdered. I'm the reason of this earth. You gotta be delicate, sensible with me. This is why they call me an emperor. You got to treat me because the atmosphere is delicate and sensible when it comes to me. You're not going to toughen out the atmosphere. You're going to kill the magic of the earth, and it's going to go dead. It's going to turn Sin City, then everybody will die. Like, yo, are you stupid? There's a higher mythology to the natural physics of life. You're supposed to always have me feeling love, wonderful, so you can feel the upliftment of the higher quality of nature. Were you scared of what was going on in history that you didn't want the earth, people like back in the day, to see the real mythology and the reason why you have lords, star beings, gods, I was like, yo, wow, these people must have wanted to kill the gods. It's gonna be on some. Must have been some Percy Jackson, some lightning with the type of people that was doing that. I'm like, oh my god. Soon they'll start acting like magic ain't real around me, and then it'll be the end of all existence. It's like the bad Templar Knights. It's like when I ran into Templar Knights after I educated Merlin, and I'm like, oh nah, y'all guys, I can't fuck with y'all guys. Y'all guys gonna cause me into the road. I went to America, niggas Christopher Columbus, they said, kid. I said, oh my God, these are the guys that fucking tried to invade Colombia. I said, I came over here, listen, I came over here to educate the indigenous people and Indians here. These are the people that tried to invade Colombia. I came back with some, man, I had to go get some pilgrims and shit. I had to go get some, oh, hold on, y'all niggas, oh no, I'm gonna get some real niggas over here. Yeah, come on. Yo, listen, take a ride with them niggas right there. Them niggas gonna fuck up the world. The niggas started killing the Indians. Indians wearing feathers and shit. Like, yo, listen, don't eat the food over here, man. Don't end up in the type of trap these niggas over here. You start eating the food, these niggas will get extra evil on your ass, my nigga. Don't eat chicken. Yo, look. You got feathers on the nigga head. Niggas started doing all type. Niggas was like, oh, shit. And it's like, oh, these niggas came to kill niggas. Niggas house niggas came to kill niggas. Wow. You don't know nothing about your education after that. The Indians was like, oh, that's it for your education. Oh, that's what? For real? Oh, y'all niggas are, oh, you Caucasian, you want to know education? No, that's it. That's the end of your education. You kidding me? You do what? You go, what? Fuck out of here. Niggas like, what the heck? All type of shit's happening. Well, if it's gonna be a god fight, it's gonna be a real god fight. You just go, here we go, the cockfight. There we go. There you go. Starbeams, and the niggas start fighting. Oh, gotta go up. Go, I fly up in the air like Superman, like go up to my starbeam, like always looking at my sons and wish I had a place. Like, oh, you had a place. Told you how many times. Told you how many times. Told you how many times. Go around. Let me check it again. Told you how many times. Told you how many times. Told me how many times. All right, let me just get the situation out. Niggas just drop. Like, hey, come down. Hey, yo, if you ever thought about going back up, take care of your situation and shit. But, niggas be like, why you did that to us? Now I just put my hands on you in certain ways. You'll find out why I did it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be thankful about it. Then when they're looking for me, oh man, thanks, man, can I go back up? No, you got a couple more. You up there for a long time. I had to come get you up there and shit. So you got that day. How long you went up? From what time you up there? Think about this. I was in the big side. All right. So that's how long you're gonna be down there. But you know the distance. There you go. And I'm out. And I'll just go out of the bounds. Oh, dad. Oh, shit. If I catch him up there, he ain't never going back up there. Then that's how it should be. So, all type of situations because my wife would be crying and then on top of it, niggas done did certain things and the only time they wanted to come down is when they wanted pussy and shit. Like they just come to show off people who must want pussy, raping my it's like they want to rape my wife and I'm gonna cause a rape. And I went through I'm on the end of Sodom and Gomorrah, my nigga. I ended Babylon, my nigga, because of shit like that. Like what? Or 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 you raped my daughter because you thought it was my wife? And it wasn't even done though. It was one of my daughters that just was so pretty, and niggas really thought it was my wife. I said, they go in the bathroom. I just cleared. I came and opened my door. Shorty passed out. I was like that, like, that's it. After that, I'll be right back. Came back around. Hey, listen, man. That's it. That was it. Another person said, what happened? I said, I said, always forever. If you know, girl, you never had light skinned dick like me. But after I'm done, whoever you hanging out with and the reason why you're here, you'll all be on the go. Then I started stroking her. And then I started stroking the black girl. Every day, it says me you love me your own special way. Girl, don't worry. I'm holding it down. I'm done fixing your nerves so my heart will never break. It's me, Shine. Say now you know me. Say ooh, you really care. And we'll be together. I love my wife forever. And then then what's the shot? Then it start shaking. And I'm out. Next thing I came back around. And then you read my daughter, you caused so much trauma. Look at this. Ain't this your homegirl? Ain't this your everyday homegirl right here? Yeah. Yeah, like to read, right? How does let's see if y'all got nerves now. And there you go, wow. And it was a black guy. Another person said, "Oh, my wife was like, yo, just do certain things to make you more high." But I said, "Yo, he just raped my daughter, and then I had nothing but there was nothing but devastation on another planet of purity that almost ended the Superman planet at the time." I said, "Yo, it's gonna take a while for my son to realize what's going on because by the time I send him to where I'm gonna send him to, after I've done make sure the situations are literally lined up a certain type of way through the paradigm when I send my son Superman here, for the rebuilding of the existence is gonna be a long time." So I said, I'll just leave him a letter a certain type of way. But by the time the crusades are over and I get to America, it'll be time for him to come over here after the drug epidemic. Another person said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Yo, listen, I'm a starbeard. A lot of traveling, a lot of light, a lot of frequency. Calm down, I know what I'm speaking about." Another person like, "What are you talking about? What's a lot of light, a lot of frequency? What's the frequency?" Don't worry, again. Don't worry. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna be here for a while. Right then and there, my wife was happy. Like, oh yes, okay, I got him this thing. I was like, I looked at her like, "What are you saying?" No. Oh, okay. And it's not like I wanted to be. I planned to be here, and then it happened. I did it real fast, so fast my wife couldn't believe it. I educated my wife such a way she couldn't even believe it. And then everybody else wanted her education because of things that she was doing a certain type of way. When I brought the other kids and started educating them, they started noticing my wife was doing certain things. I said, yo, baby, you can't really be around all the kids here, but I'm just allow it for a second. Don't get into certain emotions with the kids and stuff, so don't get used to them. Just let you be because I'm comfortable and I'm building, I'm doing a lot of work or something. She was like, yo, all right, this and the other. I had certain things for her. Kids seen where I had certain things. They got so mad because their situation was a certain type of way because their mother was still educating them a certain type of way. Another planet, they didn't realize they had plans that look 10, 30 more times plus is what I was doing over here in America. That I built that nobody was on at the time. And then nobody could get there because I had to be the one to take them. And then I'm like, yo, you know something? Then when they decided to want to do the Fist of the North, when I built the North and I started taking them to certain other places, and then when Napoleon and them sent their bacteria after me, I said, nah, that's it. You already got Mushu's situation here. You sent some nigga back for some shit. No, 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 no. It was bad enough my wife wanted to keep a certain thing because something happened a certain type of way, so she could handle a situation. She wasn't as nice as me, but I let her keep something because of the way I fixed her situation, so she remember I fixed her situation a certain type of way. When she sees a person, that person ain't never going on. My wife would call on that person every day. then Mushu shit was here. Then I'm like, oh, you said you said some next shit. I'm the one the head of Air and Light, and then you said some next shit already. I said, oh, these niggas didn't know I was the head of the Air and Light. They probably thought, oh. Oh, wait a minute, they going after a book? I said, they knew I'm honoring honesty. They didn't know I was the head of Air and Light, though, huh? If you think they figured I'm the head of Air and Light, you think they know about the third? Or you looking for something? Oh, I'll be right back. I was like, oh, I'm obligated. I gotta be right back, right? Then all type of situations happen. Because I had to go check and then I seen so many things. I was like, oh, they go to Superman. Now it's time for Superman. I'm gonna just fix everything up real quick. A real quick galactical war happened. Fix everything back up so fast. My wife couldn't believe. She was like, "Come on." She looked at me. She was like, "Yo, listen. When I really went to go check, you were there every day a certain type of way. When I came back, everything was already gone. When I came back, everything was there. What did you? How did you?" I was like, "That up." And I was out. You know what I'm saying? And then she did some more crazy shit, a certain type of way. I came right back. Like, wait a minute. Is it your homeboys at the death? Didn't you know what was going on from the pyramid? How the fuck that happened? And then you know me how it was gonna be. And then, when she said it wasn't her, I had to find out for myself. And when I found out, I said, the man of honor, okay, babe, you know that happened, and he wasn't you said. I told you the things that you were seeing. She came up with an excuse, so, but I seen you saying this, seen you saying this, I seen you saying this, I said, babe, it didn't happen. She said, no, I'm seeing you saying this, I said, babe, it didn't happen. See you saying this, I said, babe, do you know who I am? She said, I'm saying you, I said, yo, babe, I'm Melchizedek. She said, you, I said, babe, I'm Shiloh. She said, you, I said, babe, I'm Joseph. She said, you, I said, babe, I'm Moses. She was doing, huh? She said, you said that. I said, babe, I'm Abraham. She said, what? I didn't want to tell her no more after that. I was like, you keep asking me, you keep finding out certain things, you keep hearing this. I told you I'm Melchizedek. I see this. Then, when she seen I was Solomon, oh, that was it. That was it right there. Oh, that's all you need to know. And then, we went on a run after that. Couldn't see my wife no more. Put her right in, like, oh, that's you don't need to be outside no more. You know a little too much of a certain type of way. You starting to trying to get ahead of your education. Your homeboys, probably the people you're hanging out with, gonna ask you certain questions. Kidding. Put her in a stone and shit. Then I just went out looking for homegirls. No, you're a fucked up bitch. You were a fucked up bitch. You were a fucked up bitch. You were a fucked up bitch. Void for you. Void for you. Void for you. Because they tried to kill my other wife. That's when they tried to kill my wife's love. And then they went after my wife Liz. So much things happen certain little ways, but then they want to do it a certain type of way because my wife didn't realize what she told me. So then I'm telling my wife another time. I let her out like, yo, listen, man, certain things you're saying, it didn't happen at the time, man. It's gonna happen. You wanna know why? Because now I wanna know what the fuck was going on, sir. And then now you're gonna feel why you should have honored me, should have never said nothing about the situation. And the person like, wow, I'm like, because there's another person, and there's another form of higher mythology magic, and a higher metaphysical magic, a higher magic, a certain type of way. They seeing things, and every time they go to see if certain things are true, there's nothing there at the time, so they don't have no evidence to what they're saying because it didn't happen yet. That person doesn't realize their level of education because my wife wants to murder that individual. That individual went and did something they weren't supposed to even find out about because they were gonna try to. My wife never wanted to be pimped. I love my wife. My wife, I'm not a pimp. I'm a real man with a lot of wives. And the reason of dignity, the reason of soothing, happy, wonderful vacations in order where one's humane existence and matter doesn't fall apart and then doesn't get fat and fucked up and then cause the life to be lost when you're on a high level. So no bigs. Too bad. And then nobody. Anyway, I gotta explain. But anyway, yo, listen, man. Just check on Harry Potter. You have people in the family that be wanting to marry and slow down the anatomy of families and do funny things because they're scared of things, how things were before the Galactic War because the times were so wonderful that it looked like heaven was on earth. It looked like how can I say this? It looked like an angelic planet that was on a high glow on forever, a forever high angelic glow where people were super beings. Now, for people to do things like that, they can't even do it no more because the way they treated me because it's gonna cause the end of the world because if people didn't try to kill me, I'm the one that made the planet, so I'm the emperor. Show people a form of education, a certain type of way, how why to respect, the honor, and dignity, be sensitive when it comes to individuals. They think they were gonna do something for my wife. Then I'm like, my wife is gonna come here and then she's just gonna get depressed because it's gonna lead her down to deteriorate her because I'm the one that made her. So if I'm depressed, it's like it's on her way down and she's dead and she can't blame me because I'm the one that made her. Another individual is the one that caused it because he's stealing her energy and is trying to get her acknowledgement because he stole the education. And this is basically what I'm telling you. He stole the E chain. You know me, Emperor Chi, Emperor Chain, Emperor you know, listen, man. Too bad for Harry Potter, man. Too bad for Rome. Too bad. Yo, Rome was a wonderful time, but that was like some of the. It was leading up to some of the last times of certain things after Alexander in my situation. After the Crusades, Haiti was the only one that had it a certain type of way. In certain other places, but you know I didn't want to ruin some other places, so I just bounced. And I'm like, oh, that's it. My wife was like, just come somewhere, a certain place, and then you'll be alright. And I'm like, nah. I don't feel like getting into dagger fights all day because I have to be a little extra with individuals a certain type of way. And I'm not gonna be putting hands on my wife because another person can't go and leave the planet and they keep on using certain type of magic, trying to confuse my wife at a time and then gonna cause a certain type of trauma when it comes to my higher consciousness in my life. I'm gonna go just handle my emotions and be a certain type of way. I'm gonna stay away from individuals. A lot of people are gonna want sex, and on top of it, I don't want to get to go to Asia. And then when they're looking at me at times, they're just gonna want to rape me or cause certain other fucked up conditions, and then really depress their situation. And then America's gonna have the sex in other places, so I might as well just go to America now. So you know what I'm saying? And then when I got to America, found out that other individuals over here trying to spoil America, trying to kill, and then you know the Christopher Columbus. I gotta explain to you. Too bad, yo. Listen, education is serious, man. If a person didn't want their generation to take off, how because another person was planning to rape all the younger generations of all feminine beings and just try to fuck up your private education because a lot of y'all my soulmates. It's not like y'all supposed to be empresses, but you're the reflection of my wife to the order of her existence a certain type of way, to the purity of the continuance of our love. So it's a higher physics of a magic, a certain next type of way, and another person is scared of it because they can't have that type of love. And there's stories all in Asia that explain that type of situation, and they just wanted to ruin that type of love because they couldn't experience that type of love. And the people that's like that have a certain mentality and they look certain ways and they're around in the physical being. So they tried to separate me from my family to be able to rape pretty girls. all through life. So this is why I had a private planet and a private economic system for that wouldn't happen. So everywhere I go would be like a wonderful life. But then, other individuals wanted to be cock explorers and they have their own planets of their purity, other places. So those are individuals that are called stragglers or the afterbirth or the bacterial infection or the bad nut um, or after physical sex, after having sex and realizing that person wasn't astrologically treated, felt a little uncomfortable for another person. It's like, oh man, I would sit and say like, I didn't want to do this. Another person that feels real uncomfortable for them, like, oh man, and they should deteriorate, but they've been fronting so long, they just want a certain type of feeling. They're fighting for that feeling, but they can't get that feeling because it's not them. So this is why they play the radio and they try to tape everything. Now I don't do things like that no more. So I'm like, yo, you know what I'm doing? Too bad, man. Another person just ruining girls' privacy, really stinking up their privacy. It's gonna cause a rat epidemic. Dog, anyway, you're gonna find out the zodiac calendar couldn't get into that. And once they started getting into that, then it's like me. I take the end of the world, but those gonna save the world is me, and then I have to go up. So I look at the individuals at the top. Too bad, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I have to kill a lot of people that end up dead for physical abuse to younger generations, thinking of girls' privacy and sacredness for no reason. A lot of them are gonna really end up dead. If you were fronting so hard just to front just to get the girls and killing innocent people and fucking up innocent privacy, the girls probably didn't realize the reflection in physics. So if the men did stupid things like that, and the girls realized that really know their physics, realized, then they would have probably ended up dead because the men are gonna realize the other men were brutal savages. So it was gonna end up a galactical war some way. And then if my wife manifests and I find out my wife got raped, well, good for her because she was able to maintain a certain type of situation, and if she was out of place a certain time and being with another man, that means she was just gunshot in my wife that was really innocent, that just let me hide just to recover a certain type of way, and then next thing you know, they were just trying to destroy because they probably already did wrong, and they were just trying to manipulate at the time, or if either the daughter of our daughter that's just traveling a certain type of way, manipulating other younger generations of men that's fucked up and that's trying to ruin their privacy because they're trying to live the empress life because they want to be on that level and they just can't be with me because they done had a relationship a certain type of way and they don't want nobody to notice and I don't want to be with them a certain type of way and then I have my wives. I'm not tell you about that. But anyway, not everything everybody should know. You have a wonderful life. Think about Harry Potter. The nigga tried to kill the jewel empresses. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And it's called Harry Potter. Read Revelation. Second chapter, third chapter. I'm 15. I'm 15 and 3. What? 16 and 5 or 17 and 5. Revelation 15 and 6, 17, 15 and 6. 15 and 3, Exodus 15 and 3, Revelation 16 and 5. So, you gotta read the situation anyway. The bright and morning star. I'm the bright and morning star. The Ra, the Osiris, the original. But you gotta know. Anyway, you probably don't listen to rap music. If you read Revelation second chapter, the end of the second chapter, the third chapter, you know certain things on TV. And then go to the Revelations on the season, on the last chapter. David's bright and morning star.
So much. I know. This is hopeful.
No, this is Solomon's kingdom. He said, no. Blueprints to another time to something else a certain type of way, but dealing with Rome, other things that you didn't know
We
about.
recommend
This one, the one I which passageway? It'll lead you straight to Honeydew Cellar.
You best hurry. Don't look Ted in his way.
Oh, and Harry, don't forget, when you're done, just give it a tap and say, mischief managed. Otherwise anyone can read it.
Well, everybody can read what I'm saying, so I don't give a fuck what another person says. And everybody's gonna be able to acknowledge exactly what I said, and this is how nice I am, even when it comes to the physical reality. Another person will tell a person how nice I am when it comes to the physical reality. Individuals gonna be able to know what I spoke about. Have a wonderful day, Ralph and J. I love you.